play with a don't play with a don't be dishonest. Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to our channel. This is Temilaya and Mom channel.
So today we are making carrot cake, carrot muffin, carrot cupcake. All of this is like made from this particular ingredient and procedures. Okay, so what we have here, we have our flour. I'll be putting all of the measurements in the description box, but we have our flour here, we have cinnamon powder, we have sugar, salt and baking powder. That's all for the dry ingredients. And for the other ingredients that we need, of course, the star ingredient, which is the carrots well shredded. We have some eggs, we have vegetable oil. That's what we are using for the base of this recipe. Okay, we are not using butter, margarine, whatever. We are using vegetable oil. Here I have some mixed fruits, some ripe mixed fruits, just for garnishing and all. My measuring spoon, measuring cup, whisk, and to just do all of the finishing. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are going to mix our dry ingredients, which is the sugar. So for sugar, I'm going with half a cup. Okay, so for sugar we are going with half a cup. Okay, for white sugar, you can use brown sugar. In fact, brown sugar is way better for this recipe, but I don't have brown sugar, so I'm using white sugar. Normally you will need half a cup, but because I'm going for double this ingredient, like double the recipe, I'll be using 2 of half a cup, which is 1 cup. But I'm not a sweet tooth person, so I'm not going to put all of the half cup. Okay, just pay attention. All of the ingredients will be in the description, the measurement and everything, but I'm just adjusting only this sugar because I'm not a sweet tooth person and I don't want Temi to actually eat too much of sugar today. So here is the quantity I'm adding, though you need 2 of these because I'm doing double of the recipe like I mentioned. So for salt, I'll be going with a quarter spoon. So here is a quarter spoon I will need for one of the ingredient like recipe, but I'm doing double. Like I said, I'm using two of a quarter spoon. Okay, I could have just gone ahead to use half a spoon, but I really want you guys to understand everything that is going on here. So for baking powder, I'm using 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm using 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Like, you know, I'm going for 2 because I'm doubling my recipe. In fact, I'm getting tired of saying that, but let's go. So cinnamon powder, which is also part of the dry ingredients. For cinnamon, I'm also going for half teaspoon. So double the ingredients, I'm using 2. Okay, so that is that for drying. Have I added salt?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, are you saying it for me or for the video?
For you.
I thought it was for the video. That was why I was silent.
For you.
Okay, ma'am.
Have I added salt?
Yes, ma'am.
You are sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's for the dry ingredients. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to give this a good mix. So now that I have this all mixed up, I'm going to set it aside and then go ahead with adding all of my wet ingredients. So for the rest of the ingredients, I will be adding to an empty bowl. I'll add my shredded carrots. Okay, so this is my carrots in the bowl. So I'm going to add 4 eggs. Though for the recipe I'll be dropping in the description, you will need just 2 eggs. Like I mentioned, I'm making double the recipe, so everything I'm doing, I'm just making double of it. Okay, so don't get it mixed up. If you want to double it, if you want to triple it, just do it the way I'm doing it. This is the best way to get the right measurements. So here is our eggs already in there. Like I mentioned, for the base we are using vegetable oil. Okay, so we have our eggs here, and for the base, which is vegetable oil, I'll be needing 2 of a half cup. Okay, this is 1. And this is 2. Okay, please just follow my procedures and look at the description for your own measurement, for the recipe measurement, but just follow how I'm doing all of this. So you want to give this a good mix. Like so.
Sorry.
If you notice, I set aside a little bit of carrots because I'll be using this just to garnish it, okay, later on. So you want to give this a good mix, just like this. So now we have our blender here. This is where I'll be adding the carrot mix, okay. So I'm going to add the carrot mix and give it a good blend. So here is what our blended carrots, vegetable oil, and egg look like, okay. So here is the dry wet ingredient, and here we still have our dry ingredient. So what we are doing now is to incorporate these two together, like add the dry ingredients gradually into the wet ingredients and just fold, okay. You don't really need to mix too much. You just want to like just give it a good stir so that everything will get in there. So I'm going to be adding it with this scoop. I'm going to add it little by little and just give it a stir. You can see how I'm doing it, okay. So this is what you want to do until all of the dry ingredients is in the wet ingredients. So you just want to turn. Yeah, we are almost done. So you could just go ahead and start putting it in your pan or in your cupcake mold like this. But remember, I preserved some shredded carrots. So for me, even if all the carrots is there, I just want to go ahead and add a little more just to get that carroty thing you get. So I'm just going to fold this in. So you can see how this look really nice. So, and also because of extra, okay, I'm going to be adding some mixed fruits. Like I mentioned, I kept this aside for garnishing, and this is the garnishing I'm doing to my carrot cake. And also I'm just going to fold this in. I guess you can already tell how this is going to taste or how it's going to come out. So I'll be using this cupcake tray, though I don't know how many like this will contain, because I'm also using this bread loaf pan, okay. But if I need more, I have the mold. I'll just add some of them. But for now, I'm going to prepare my pan. What I did, I added some vegetable oil in this tissue paper, okay. I'm just going to rub this in. I don't know if this oil is even enough. So I'm just going to rub this in the pan, okay, just so the cake doesn't stick to the pan when it's ready. So I'm just going to rub this in the pan. Okay, then I'll add some flour just to get the pan coated. If you're a baker, you already know. If you're a baker, you already know this stage, okay? So you want to get your pan well coated with either butter, but you still need to add some flour just to get your cake out of it easily, okay? So that's what I'm doing here. I don't need to do all of this for the cupcake because it already have its own shield, which is the cupcake mold. So you can use a muffin cup for this, you know, this muffin cup that look like an ice cream scoop. So you can just use that one, but then you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to get the excess flour out. I don't need it, okay? So this is what we have. Our pan is very much ready. So I'm just going to add my batter to the pan. I'm going to do the pan first because it's like the important one I'm doing. So maybe I'll add to the cupcake mold once I'm satisfied with the one in the pan. So you don't want to get your pan too full, okay? I think bakers in the house, is this enough? So you want to heat it just so it can spread very well. So if you get it full, it's just like pour out when it's baked. But now I think it's going to be at the right point or stage when it's baked, okay? So I'm going to set this aside and then come with my cupcake mold and do just the same thing, okay? I'm going to be adding the scoop to my mold. I don't think I need up to 3, but let's see. So here is why I miss my spatula. My spatula would have gotten all of this like in second, but now I don't have my spatula. I have to do all of the work. So I don't think I need the 3rd cup because I'm done. Like everything is finished here. So that's that. I don't know if I actually, okay, let me see how I can move this. Okay, I've done that, and so everything is set. So to finish it up, you can as well go for you can as well go and add maybe nuts, more of the mixed fruits. You can add some nuts. Just add any toppings that you like, okay? So I don't have nuts. I'm just going to add this more of the mixed fruit. At least it's something that we like, so it's okay. So yeah, I'm done. I'm going to take this to the oven now, which I've already set to preheat, okay? So I'm going to add this in my pan like so. I hope this can contain the oven. Yeah, okay. I'll just set it like this and let's go. Yeah, the middle. So my oven, I can't tell you how many Celsius or how many degrees. The oven decides itself, okay? It's the one deciding for me. I can't decide for it. It's a local oven, so all I need to do is to set the heat to something I think is okay. I'm going to reduce it because I want this to done like slightly. I don't want it to burn. So I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is okay. Hopefully it doesn't burn because this oven is living a life of its own. But let's be managing each other.
So you see this picture, this is what your cake should look like after baking. Okay, this is my old picture, like I made this some time ago, but today the wind that blew, and you can see my oven is local and it's at the back of my house. The wind was just everywhere and I was busy preparing order for a client. I didn't even check, the oven went off and I didn't know, so the cake went, as in like, didn't, it came up actually, but then it fell down because the heat wasn't there anymore. So guys, just manage this for me, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Love you.
I no go stop, I no go settle. My light is never gonna die.